is May 25th, 2026, and today was not as good of a day as yesterday. There's a reason to that, but I did want to tell you I finished that book, The Faith of Beasts by James S.A. Corey. I finished it. It got a lot better near the end. It wasn't a bad book per se, but it definitely wasn't quite as good as the first book. I definitely enjoyed the first book a lot more, and honestly, even the novella a lot more. But it wasn't bad. I'll probably finish the series as it comes out, but it wasn't my favorite thing I've ever read. I will say, I was very lazy today. Did not get a whole lot done in general. Did not help that the dogs were being brats, right? They were barking at things that didn't exist. They always do that, but it felt like extra and extreme. Or there's a chunk of hair there. Sorry about that. But part of the reason why today wasn't great is because yesterday I was feeling a little lonely. So I'm like, I will call one of my friends, right? Well, I say one of, it is, I only have one friend. This is the friend. And, because you guys should know this by now, maybe, if you've watched previous videos, we moved to a different state. Which means that right now, me and them, that friend, are long distance. And ever since they moved, we've been doing more like FaceTime calls and everything. We never really did that before. And I have learned a lot more about them through these FaceTime calls. And it's a lot of scary stuff that I've learned about them. Things I had no idea about, right? Now to preface, what they have become is not something that I will ever endorse because I think it's fucking stupid. Alright, pardon my French there, but it is so stupid. Their logic, like they've explained things to me and I'm like, you need more friends. You need to be surrounded by more people in your life other than your mom, your dad, your sister, and your boyfriend. You need other people in your life. You need people of different cultures in your life, and I think a lot of your problems will not be resolved necessarily, but I think a lot of them will be helped, right? Yesterday, we were talking, right? I live in a place now that has a crap ton of mosquitoes everywhere, and they mentioned, like, oh yeah, we have these kind of candles that work. I'm like, yeah, we can't really do candles just because fire dogs doesn't work terribly well. But we have like off bug spray, right? That stuff works amazing. It's pretty good. We also have like the organic stuff, right? I know she's very like try to get as much organic as possible, and I'm like, yeah, when you can, you should probably be getting the more like organic stuff and everything. And she got really quiet. I'm like, well, crap, I messed up, right? So obviously I bring up like the organic one as well, and she's like, well, the difference between the candles and the spray is that one of them kills the bugs and the other one kills you. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Hello? Right? And then, after that, this is the part that really kind of stung for me. I don't know if they meant it this way, but that is kind of how I took it. They basically said that they have to take better care of their body than I have to take care of mine because they're planning on having kids. And, oh, because you're not planning on having, like, getting pregnant, you don't have to worry about your body. You don't have to take care of it like I do. I don't know why that hit so hard, right? I think it's mainly because I know that in a lot of media and I know that in a lot of beliefs, if a woman does not have kids, she's worthless, right? You're only like worth as much as how many kids you have in a lot of places. And she's kind of turned into that. And I know that's what she believes. She firmly believes that a woman's only purpose is to have kids. And I think it's fucking stupid. I think that's not the only reason that we're here. I don't want to have my own kids, right? Would I love to adopt or foster kids? Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to help people. I don't want to bring in my own kids because I know my problems. I know my family's problems. I don't want them to have to deal with that. Right? Would I love to have a little mini me running around? Absolutely. But that is a lot more like maintenance than I think she knows. Alright? It's a lot more than anyone's ready for, and I'm definitely not ready. So I'm not planning in the slightest. But she commented on it. On the fact that I don't want kids. Something that I'm pretty sensitive about. right? Because I've never been comfortable with the idea of pregnancy, right? Number one, you have to get pregnant. Ugh, I don't want to deal with that. And she knows this. She knows it's a sensitive topic, and she just brings it up like that. That's stupid. That's dumb, right? But I also have a really hard time letting her go as a friend because anyone else that I'm like kind of acquaintances with are because of her. Everyone else that I'm acquaintances with are because of her. So if I stop talking to her, I don't have any friends left, right? I mean, I wouldn't have any friends in the first place, but then there'd be no one, right? And I recently found out that she is quite racist. And that pisses me off beyond belief. Because that's stupid as shit. It is so fucking stupid to be racist. It's so stupid. It doesn't make sense. Oh, they're different? Okay. Yeah, your eyes are different from your parents. What does that have to do with anything, right? And I found that she's really, really racist. And I didn't know that when I became her friend. I didn't know that. Right? There's so many things that she's become now that I don't know how to deal with. Because that's not the friend I made friends with. This is a different person. Right? She doesn't believe in the moon landing. She doesn't think space is real. She thinks autism doesn't exist. There's so many things, right? Therapy turns you gay. What's wrong with that? Right? I mean, obviously your therapist shouldn't be pressuring you to become, your therapist shouldn't be pressuring you in general, but they can help you, like, come to realizations about yourself. That's where that comes from. You learn your sexuality by learning about yourself, and that's what therapy is. And it's just so fucking stupid. I understand her logic, right? Again, I get where she's coming from, but that doesn't mean I have to like where she is. Because it's not a good place. She says stuff that I'm like, you cannot say that. Who gives a shit what their skin color is? Who cares what their religion is? They're still a human. You should be treating them with respect, and she's not. And I don't know what to do about it. Right? I can, like, slowly stop talking to her. I'm okay with that, but then it's selfish. It's so selfish of me because I want a friend. I so desperately want a friend, but she's a shitty friend. So I don't know what to do. But I'm on to a new book. Don't ask me what it's called, I don't remember. I'm gonna go read that. Try to ignore my friend. Because I can't do it anymore. So we'll see what happens. But that's gonna be it for tonight. So, bye bye.